Imagine Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Bro,
How far?
have you had a dream
Bro,
leading up onto this game?
I have been trying not to even see this game in my sleep at all. Bro, I'm not.
I had a dream we won the game 2-0. Sterling, 2 goals. Ah!
I don't know how, but it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be tough.
But all the thoughts actually leading up until this game
Mm-hmm.
is that this is going to be a big test for Liverpool, more so that Arsenal were meant to be the favorites coming into this game.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the injury situation, though Arteta is not going to take that as an excuse to not turn up on the day,
Mm-hmm.
we are actually looking at a Liverpool side that actually plays different from the way Klopp used to play. Now, we really don't know what to expect. Now, if we're going up against a club team, I will still have hope because we know that they're going to come out gung-ho on us.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to play, they're going to attack, they're going to be feisty. But you see this Onslaught side, you really can't predict them. He doesn't come out from the game. Like if you watch the game, even the one they played in the Champions League,
Yeah.
it's not as if they were spectacular,
Mm-hmm.
right? They've not been thrilling, but there's a way they control their games now and take their chances. So a lot of the predictions of a draw make sense to me, looking at where these two teams are in terms of trying to control the game. However, I'm still leaning towards a like a 2-1.
A 2-1.
2-1. I'm not going to say who is winning or losing.
I was waiting for you. I was waiting for that.
At this point, it smells like a 2-1 game. But one thing I'm going to say that really bothers me is both teams will actually have opportunities to score from this match. I'm quite sure.
How are we? Do we look like a team that would have opportunities and take them?
That is the big question. That is the big question I'm having right now because a lot of chances that we are getting, even the last game we lost against Bournemouth, he spoke to that. He reminded me of the old Arsenal. If you notice back then, when we miss a chance,
We
the old
concede.
Arsenal,
Yeah.
that's when we concede. And that thing happened again.
You.
Unfortunately, it fell to the legs of Martinelli, right?
Yeah.
And now we're looking at this game like, if Saka is not going to be available,
Who are we looking up to?
who are we looking up to give us that extra?
Martinelli now.
So in terms of finishing, I really won't put Martinelli there. In terms of threat, I would say Martinelli is going to threaten threat
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But his output in terms of final products is where my doubt is still there. But
And
you see someone like a Saka, someone like a Trossard, even if they don't have the best of games, they have that finishing ability that can take us over the line.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Though Trossard, I don't want to even bring him to the picture now because he has been pissing me off in the past few games. But all this hide and seek training ground camera thing going on at the Coney, what's going on in terms of Saka's availability? There is no assurance that he's going to be
Yeah,
there.
Arteta
However,
still said he's not available, so that he's unsure or something. So, but I don't even want to bank on even if he's available. Even if he's available, that's so much pressure. That's so much like expectation to put on Saka right now on tomorrow's game for him to deliver after not playing our last two games. However, um, even me talking about like that we're going to be depending on Martinelli's X factor to be a deciding factor, in this type of game, in this type of like Liverpool game, right? It's
yeah,
still a downer for us because we know that it's not as if Martinelli is on that his peak form yet. Right. So for us to be depending on Martinelli's X factor in tomorrow's game says a lot about how low we have dropped. One. Two, you said something about like Liverpool and slots Liverpool playing differently to Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. To be honest, I still don't see the difference yet because tactically they still play the same. They go direct when they need to be direct. You know, they play possession football, try to break the lines. That's something that I see that is a privilege for Anslot right now, that he doesn't need to spend time in teaching all those tactical, flows or play to the players. They've been used to it. That's why
Yeah,
he didn't really need to bring anyone in. You see a player like Curtis Jones, you see a player like Soboslai making all those runs from the midfield, stepping up when they still have like players like Diego Jota out. They have like all the guys. So you see that even Nunes seems to know what he needs to do because there's a lot of familiarity in that squad. So
yeah.
in terms of switching like the game is 0-0. You need your outlets. You don't need to tell Salah to hog the byline or to stay wide. That is what Salah has been doing for the past 5 years. You understand? So there's no need for Anslot to have that conversation or discussion with Salah that when he gets to crunch time, stay wide, or telling Trent or Van Dijk that when it comes to crunch time, go direct. Telling your midfielders to go direct, they know that already. That's what I feel like is going to put us at a huge disadvantage going into Liverpool's game. If it was a Jurgen Klopp's game, I feel like Arteta had already cracked Jurgen Klopp before Jurgen
Yeah.
Klopp left, right? But Anslot now, yes, he might need to like come up with something different, but his players are on form. The team is on form. They might not be scoring, but they are not conceding as well.
They have a better defensive performance so
Yes,
far this season than
yes.
anyone else in the league.
So,
So,
to be honest, Mew, personally, I think it's going to be a 2-0 defeat for us.
ah,
Let me tell you why.
come on, you Gunners. No
Yes, and let me.
believe.
No, I'm not saying that we will deserve to lose.
Mm.
Just like the Bournemouth game, we would have the chances. We would have the opportunities to kill off the game, to go maybe 1-0 up, or to come 2-1, or to equalize. By not taking those chances, it's going to open us up for, then after the game, you look at the scoreline like 2-0 and be like, Liverpool dominated Arsenal. But that's not going to be how the game is going to be. We're going to play our football. We're going to have a lot of possession. But what are we going to do with it? That's why I feel like the game is set up in a way that we would give them the victory rather than us being
But you know,
defeated.
one of the things that actually is getting me quite puzzled at this point in time is tied to what you just said about we will play our game.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, who are the players that will play our game?
So
Do we
yeah.
have them on ground?
So
Like our game basically is what will make us favorites to win this game. And
mhm.
our game is played by the players we trust in.
Yes.
The likes of Saka, the likes of an Odegaard,
So you see
the
against
likes of
Bournemouth,
Saliba.
yes, you see against Bournemouth, right? If we play the familiar replacements when we dropped in terms of availability, when Odegaard dropped, when another midfielder dropped, if we played the same way, we've had this conversation in the last game. If Trossard was in that midfield, we would play our game better than how we played and take better chances, or rather create better chances than we created against Bournemouth. So that's what I feel like. I don't think Arteta will set us up just like Bournemouth again. So if
So,
when he doesn't, we would have a
mhm.
chance to play our familiar game. But again, we will still meet to that point of not having that X factor to convert those chances.
Now, that you just landed at the point where I was trying to take off from. The X factor that we looked at, that
Mm-hmm.
we have been holding on to. We've said Odegaard, but we coped well in his absence.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other X factor we've had, there are two X factors really. The first one being Saka.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the absence of Saka showed obviously in the first 30 minutes in Bournemouth game, right?
Yeah.
And the removal of Saliba going a man down is different from losing a Trossard
Of
against a
course.
City that we
Of
were
course.
one man down.
Of course.
That abysmal defending that led to the goal, it was on the right side that you know that Saliba's awareness will definitely not let, he will not leave that space open for him. So the omission we have coming into this game is going to take us considerably behind in terms of the quality of game we can actually put forward. That's why I'm also very intrigued by Arteta's statement when he said, we are going to be flying. I'm like, what is this guy
He
talking about?
should get out. Flying call. Why didn't we fly against Bournemouth? Do you
I'm like,
understand?
what is this guy trying to do? What kind of mind game is he trying to play? Is he trying to tell us that there's something coming up his sleeve in terms of maybe Saka's availability, maybe Timber is going to be back? Because the pictures I've seen now from the training ground, I saw Timber.
It's not Timber there.
Yes, it was not, he was not in clear view. He was behind someone, but his leg, I can't miss Timber's leg, and his head. I
Yeah.
saw part of it, so I'm like, okay, this guy is hiding Timber, because all the pictures that we displayed from training ground, I didn't see him, but some other cameras took some pictures, and I'm like, what if Saka
You
is also going to be there?
we're even talking about only the attack. How about the defense?
No, but this is one core
Ah,
aspect we're going to touch on in this particular
why
video,
not?
right?
Why not Shege Sualara?
The the best setup, we don't know it yet because we are not even sure who is available.
Who's available?
But there's something behind in my mind telling me this is when you should fear Arsenal the most. And I know Ancelotti is thinking about that. From all his research, he knows that Arsenal will hit you hard when you least expect. And this is an opportunity for us to give them that, element of surprise. Yeah, you're laughing. You don't believe this.
I don't see
Believe.
it. I don't see it.
Okay, so let's consider a Timber back into the defense. We know Calafiori is out. We know Saliba is out. We know Tomiyasu is out. Right? Now, if you're going to structure that your defense, who are you going to be? Who are you going to be starting in your defense
Right now, I'm going to
with
play
Timber back?
with a
Yes.
Timber back. I'll play Ben White Gabriel in the center back, Timber right back, and Lewis Kelly left back because of uh, invertibility of the left back. I would not expect an inversion from Timber. Now, I'm thinking about it here. That means Lewis Kelly is going to be versus Salah.
Salah. That's why you wouldn't want to invest. So,
That means
man for
I'm not
man,
going to
quality,
invert on the left side. That means
quality,
that's where I'm
quality
going
for
to play.
quality.
That means I'm going to play. I'll play Timber on the left side with no inversion
Mm-hmm.
and play a right back with an inversion.
So, who will be the right back to invest? Will you
So,
put Skelly on the right?
so that's going to be my option because he's naturally a midfielder, right? And he has pace and he can defend. Because there's no other player that can invert on the right.
Yeah, because I was going to talk about that inversion from the left. Looking at the fact that we're coming up against a man like Salah,
I'm not
right?
inverting anything
You're
from
not
that
inverting.
left.
Even on the right, they are coming up against
Diaz.
either a Gakpo or a Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a challenge. And you also need a winger that can defend.
So now that means that we might not even have the opportunity to invert, but there's no way we'll not invert because that's our gameplay. That's our play in terms of extra man in the midfield when we are in possession. So when we
Mm-hmm.
don't, so the key play for us is going to be when we are not in possession. How we keep our shape, either inverting from the left or from the right, or no, or not even inverting at all.
Can I
So
ask you a question?
yeah,
Why did you omit QL from your list?
where do I play him? Do I play him in centre back? Where
Do
he's
you recall his game last season after we had to take out Zinchenko?
I remember he had 2 assists, but he needed runs of games to get
Fair.
to that performing curious
To get
standard
high
that
on
we saw.
confidence.
That
Mm,
confidence. Right now,
yeah.
he's not high on confidence at the moment.
Yeah. Fact.
So I don't even see him playing. Is where do I play him? Center back? Do I play him left back
So
against a Salah?
I was looking at the fact that if Timber is available, Ateta is most likely going to have a defense of Kiwi on the left,
Mm-hmm.
center being Gabriel and White, then
Mm-hmm.
having Timber on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
That makes sense.
that will give us the height we need because they are going to be sending some up throughs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we don't need Kyo to invert.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to make sure because they are more of a threat on Salah's side in
Mm-hmm.
terms of goal conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And Salah has now become, I don't know what he has done to this season. He's now giving me the vibe of Kane. He's actually now dropping into the middle and sending assists. So he needs somebody that is just going to disturb him. Man for man, I would say Luis Kelly looks, assured on the ball. But in terms of that experience with the
Mm.
player Salah is,
To be
you don't
honest,
want to put.
what you suggested might actually be a very pragmatic like setup. If Timber
Yeah,
is available, Timber on the
on the
right,
right.
Timber on the right. No, but Timber on the right means he's against their left winger. He's against Diaz.
Yes, and who better still to face Diaz? It's just that my problem right now, seeing that Timber is coming back from a couple of games out against someone like Diaz or Gakpo that is still very fresh. But I trust Timber. My fear really about it is getting his injuries or probably some little
And
things aggravated.
yeah, and he might not be able to give us 95 minutes.
If we can hold them off, if we can hold
God!
them off, right? Because
Ah!
Timber is still going to give us Timber is going to give us a lot going forward as well from that
Yes.
right side. So let's leave it at that for the defense because
Yeah.
that defense conversation
He
right now
can
is
he can even change it.
is yeah, is hinged on the availability of Timber. If Arteta
Mm-hmm.
now doesn't select Timber, anything can happen. Guess the
Mm-hmm.
wildest formation me I thought of for that defense.
3 at the back.
No, Declan Rice coming back into centre back.
I beg.
Wait.
No
The
lie.
Arteta might want to accommodate Rice, Merino, Partey, but Rice is the one that has the experience playing with the defense, right? That can be assured on that right side, while still giving Partey his domination in the midfield because Partey is the one that's giving us the most output in that midfield. So he cannot even go to the right back position as Arteta has done before. So Moreno now staying in his left eight that we know we signed him for. Let's see him there. And let's see Partey in the six, right? And let's have Trossard play as the attacking midfielder.
But Ateta has never done that before, playing Rice at right back.
As Ateta said that we'll be flying, let's look at how we want to fly because we've not been flying before. Now that he wants us to fly,
Oh my
let's see whether he's
god.
going to do something that he hasn't done before. But that's just a wild card or wild thought I had. But looking at that midfield, honestly speaking, if it's going to be the three-man midfield, I wouldn't want to see a Merino start.
Why?
Like I want to have, we need that
Typicality.
creativity and Merino is not giving us that. We don't need another game. We don't need another game to prove this point.
This
At
is
this
taking
point
me
in time.
back to 2015, 2016 when I was supporting and speaking for Shaka when everybody was speaking against him.
Wait, have you
Merino,
jumped on the Mikel Merino's bandwagon?
yes,
Why?
yes.
How? When?
And I'm saying because they've played him in the wrong possession. I mean, in the wrong position. Plus, Merino against the Bournemouth game, he didn't offer us nothing creatively.
Mm-hmm.
Creatively, but
Yeah.
in the left center mid, when he has played against PSG, against when he came on in the Premier League again. I guess I can't remember.
So
There were
PSG,
some.
Bournemouth.
He started Bournemouth. He didn't start one game in the Premier League that he came on, and he gave us some crosses from in deep from the left side that we've not seen before. So I agree with you. I don't think he should start because of the physicality of how the game would start with. He can come in later on. But I think like how the game is going to start, I don't want him there. But not because he cannot offer us creativity. See that left center mid. You
Mm-hmm.
see crosses when we're available, deep crosses from there to Kai or far post to Saka is going to be something that we are going to see consistently. In fact, true passes to Martinelli to also start the attack in the final third is something we're going to see a lot. Just mark my words and start looking at it when Merino plays the actual position that he's meant to play for. But once he becomes that main creative guy
Mm-hmm.
or main physical guy that we want him to be and everything, or you start him in a game that he cannot match the intensity, which I feel like the beginning of Liverpool is going to be, he will mess up. He will mess up, and it's not be as if Merino is now the new problem of Arsenal, which he is not. He's part of the solutions, but availability that we have right now is just
Yeah, it's
making
gonna. I know for a fact. Looking at all the facts, stats, and
yeah,
figures regarding Merino, I
yeah,
don't think it's going to be a flop. It's
yeah.
just going to take a little bit longer to bed
He
in.
needs
Like
Odegaard.
Havertz,
He needs Odegaard. I'm serious. He needs
he
Odegaard.
does, and even taking our minds back to when Odegaard just came, we saw it. We saw the spark of greatness there, but it wasn't clicking
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of games. It was
Mm-hmm.
actually wasteful,
And
but he
later
kept.
on, he now became too cautious. He wasn't taking those risks and those
Yeah,
chances.
so players will go through those
Yeah.
phases before they finally bed into the team. But right now I'm looking at it that our midfield coming into this type of game, we need the most familiarity,
Yeah,
right? And we have
absolutely.
that from Partey, Rice, and Trossard. As far
Absolutely.
as we're concerned right now, that's what we have. Then in the attack, Martinelli is looking like
Mm-hmm.
he had a very impressive
Yeah, he's
first
going to
half
play.
against. Yeah, so he's looking sharp. My earnest prayer really is that we don't have Sterling on that pitch
I
for the
pray.
for the 90 whatever
I
minutes.
pray. He should not even come to this. He should not even come to the stadium. Our front three should be Martinelli, Kai, and Jesus.
Yeah.
Anything short of that three.
But whoever the photographer or the social media management team, that person is very interesting because they've been putting a lot of Sterling pictures. Like I saw a whole post dedicated to Sterling. I'm like, leading up to a Liverpool game, why are you putting Sterling anywhere near this? Sterling needs to go to the church. He needs to get cleansed.
He got
Something needs to
baptized
go on
now.
in
He
his
got
spiritual life
baptized. He got
because I
baptized
don't
during the
understand what's going
summer.
on.
Guy, at this point, I'll collect Nelson back.
Easy,
I'll collect
easy,
Nelson back, man. Easy. Did you see what Smith Rowe was doing?
bro. I saw that assist for. Our Arsenal
Iwobi.
boys are just,
I'm like,
I just,
I fear. Obviously, we cannot have a Smith Rowe on the bench, not playing and things like that. But looking at it, why can't we have Smith Rowe on the bench? Is it because yes, he needed runs of games to get fit or to
and we have
be?
a lot of games this
We have
season.
lots of games. So now this same issue of this injury and availability is going to expose Arteta again in the sense that your
Yeah.
recruiting has not even been good enough to be average. You let go of key players that we need. Now we're struggling to depend on Sterling.
And even before we talk about Sterling, I'm still up for the debate of having Ethan ahead of Sterling.
Yes, now in that midfield, honestly, if we have to take off any of the front three, right? No, maybe Trossard is not, performing as we should. if we are removing a Trossard, the next consideration should be Ethan.
Yeah,
Nothing short
that's
of
what it
that.
is. That's what
Nothing
it is.
short of that. Now, maybe if Jesus is now tired or whatever and he needs to come on and something, and maybe like it's late in the second half, then you can put, and maybe we're already up. Then you can put Sterling when you're not like having any expectation from him. But
Mm.
if we have expectations, I don't think Sterling is anybody that is going to meet any of those expectations. I don't think so.
Ah, God, I know Arteta is going to do a madness on Sunday. And I'm just hoping that madness will lead us to victory in
Amen. No.
terms of his lineup.
Because I
In
don't
terms
see
of his
it.
lineup.
I don't see it at all. I don't
It
see it.
just flashed in my head that what if Arteta actually pulls Kai Havertz back into the middle of the park again
It's possible.
to accommodate Jesus up front
It's possible. Then we'll now
and
have
now
a
put
Jesus,
and now put
Sterling, and Martinelli.
Martinelli.
Or he plays Martinelli on the right side.
But they can still switch during game
Yeah,
now
yeah,
if they put
no. We
Elena.
even need Martinelli on the left side because he needs to be tracking back to help defend against Salah.
Yes, and he needs to catch trends too.
Ah, yeah, he needs to catch Trent. He needs to catch Trent.
He needs to catch
Well,
trends.
but it's going to be an exciting game regardless.
And it's surprising to me because a lot of Liverpool fans I've heard from are still going into this game very cautious.
They have to be now. They have to be.
Like imagine Arsenal with our starting 11 coming into a game against Liverpool that is missing a Salah, missing a McAllister, and missing a Van Dijk.
Ah.
Are we going to be cautious?
Uh,
We will
they
not.
will, we will
We will
not be
not. They
cautious,
will
of course.
tremble. We will not be
No, we
cautious. We
wouldn't.
will come confidently blowing, telling everybody what it's going to be like, and it's going to be that way. So the miss we are having right now is
Yeah,
very
huge.
significant.
Yeah, huge. They are our easy. Sorry, our easy, our best three players.
From defense to the midfield and to
Easy.
the attack, we are missing
Our best
our
defender,
essential spine.
our best defender, our best midfielder, our best attacker.
Yeah, that's just
Easy.
it.
That's it.
I think that's why I said like for like. If you look at a Liverpool without a Salah,
They can't afford
without a
it.
McAllister, or
They can't.
for this season, I would say maybe Salah,
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch, and Van Dijk.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. But it is what it is. We're going to be hoping for the best. If God forbid we lose the game, it's going to be a huge blow, right? But it's not going to be a title deciding blow.
Ah, we
It's still early
are.
on, brother.
How
It's
many
still early
points
on.
are we off from Man City now? 5.
So from the game today, if
Yeah,
we lose, we'll be 5 points off them
5 points.
and 7 points off Liverpool. If we win,
Will be two
you know what it
points.
is. Yeah. But even the top four environment now is looking quite interesting.
No, no.
Aston Villa dropped points they shouldn't have dropped.
It's still early now. It's still early in the season. Even what
See how
Nottingham
close
Forest.
Nottingham Forest
Even
is.
Nottingham Forest too is the top 5.
Yeah, but I think the Premier League quality this season has actually stepped up a notch as
Yeah,
far as all the teams is concerned,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Of
Because
course, of course.
you can expect a madness from Ipswich now.
Yep.
You can expect a madness from Nottingham Forest now.
To
Bournemouth
be
can
honest,
stop any giant.
even Man City didn't find it easy against Southampton.
Yes, yes.
They didn't.
Southampton lost some opportunities. They cracked the bar.
Yeah,
Cameron
yeah,
Ashford cracked the
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
So it's not. It will have been a draw. Oh well.
Ah,
If they
but
had scored, City will still come back for something. But that's to tell you that
it,
there is still that
It's a
element of
November. It's a tough November for us. Oh.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It's a
In
tough
in
November
the
for us.
league, in Champions League as well,
It's a tough game, tough month,
going away to Inter Milan. Woof.
tough month.
Missing the players that we have out. Come on. But it's all good. Your predictions for the game, you've put it in 2-0.
2-0. Yeah.
My prediction for the game, 2-1. Arsenal win.
Arsenal win 2-1.
Yeah. And you know why I'll put it at 2-1 now?
Why?
You must concede at the Emirates.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, my 2-0 prediction is based off on the fact that there's so much uncertainties on how Ateta can set us up, and
Mm.
based off on the Bournemouth game, based on the Shakhtar game, there's still we still lack a lot of things that doesn't convince me that we can get results against Liverpool. But
But
I
looking at
I
our
hope
squad now,
I hope Arteta will
with
prove me wrong, set us up tactically in a way that we'll be able to come back and have a post-match review and go like, yo, Arteta is a tactical genius. He did something that we didn't see and go on. But I
that's
don't
the
see it
prayer.
yet. I don't see it yet.
Yeah. But okay, so what do you see in terms of a player amongst the guys that were sure of to be available for the game that will, change the game in our favor if they are on their A game? Who is your X factor right now with the squad that we have?
Um, to be honest, yeah, I need at least from all our players that are off, yeah, not the extensive injuries ones, but I need two for them to be an X factor. So if we have assuming we have like a Calafiori and Saka being available, it changes the whole thing. Or if we have a Timber and Saka, or a Timber and Calafiori, realistically, I think Timber being available will help our defense,
Mm-hmm.
but it might not help our attack in terms of like creating or taking chances. Saka being available helps our chances on the attack, in terms of creating chances, set pieces, crosses, all those far post crosses that Saka is
Yeah.
doing from the deep, but I don't see.
So yeah, trying to say in the absence of a Saka, of a Timber, and of a Calafiori, there is no player that you feel can turn the game on its head from our squad.
Oh, from our squad right now, my main guy
Yes.
that I'm looking out for is Kai. Is
Oh
still
wow,
Kai.
okay.
Because yo, you know how high I speak of Kai. Kai is going to give us blood and sweat tomorrow. He's going to be in the midfield when we need to challenge Gravenbach and Sobozlai physically. He's going to
Mm-hmm.
he's just going to be very important for us. If we get any result out of this game, it's going to be out of the hard work of players like Kai. So it's
Yeah.
Kai. Kai is going to be my guy that I'm looking out for. Like, okay, it's going to be my next guy. Uh,
That's
yeah.
that's
So
about it
obviously,
for me.
Martinelli is going to give us like glimpse of how it's going to be like. It's going to be a nice duel against him and Trent. But Kai is my next X factor.
Yeah. So for me, I would say my two X factors will be Kai turning
Mm-hmm.
up and Partey
Mm,
because with what I've seen from Liverpool right now, they do a job in the midfield.
yes.
Gravenberch does a job in the midfield, driving and breaking the lines as well. So we
Partey
need
will
something
be
to,
very key as
yeah.
far as he stays in the middle. None of that nonsense of Partey in the right back.
No, I don't think Arteta will be
Partey
silly
in
enough to
the
try that.
midfield in that game, then I would say I would expect a lot of passes, but oof, it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game to watch. It's going to be a game to watch.
Oh, that's the beauty of the game we follow in the Premier League, right? Coming into the season, we've had high hopes. Even though the summer transfer was not as excellent as we wanted it to be, we wouldn't say it was a poor transfer window. We
Mm-hmm.
got some, important signings, Calafiori, Merino, and maybe not so excellent in Sterling. However, we expected, the experience to count for something.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, so good. So far, so good. Faith has had its own course. Calafiori right now is out. Timber is out. Saliba suspended. But
Saka is out.
notwithstanding, I believe the 12th man in terms of the atmosphere that the fans can actually bring should do something. Even if I know that, the first 10 minutes is going to be a major decider, I feel our guys can actually do something
Mm-hmm.
to get the crowd riled up and having that atmosphere ready to go.
Absolutely. And to
Yeah.
be honest, Liverpool is high time Liverpool came down from their from their euphoria,
Well,
fantasy
they
drift.
know this is going to be a test,
Mm-hmm.
but they would see it also as a preferred test at this point
Oh
because they're
yeah,
not coming up against full
absolutely,
strength Arsenal. So they
absolutely.
want to take it. They want to take everything. They want to take everything they
Mm-hmm.
can at this point. All 3 points is what they're going to be
Mm-hmm.
gunning for.
Yeah,
But you know what? Let's leave it. Let's leave it to the tactics and the engine that Arteta has running to get us to fly.
we don't have a choice, man. We don't have a
Yeah,
choice.
so let's see how that works. All right, my G, nice
All
one,
right,
man. We're
man.
gonna
Nice
be here
one, man.
again live. Take notes. My prediction 2-1 Arsenal win. Mr.
Mine is
Gibbs
mine is 2-0 with a good performance.
2-0.
Yeah,
Arsenal losing 2-0.
yeah, yeah.
We'll come back and revisit this. All right,
Ah,
G. That's all.
all right, see you later.